Now we've kind of softened them off on the outside. Now we're going to go off tackle. When we're going off tackle, normally we go off tackle. We're trying to put number 3 in a conflict. But I just like going off tackle against this defense because there's such a good wall. There's such a good wall that we can create, especially if they stay head up here. We'll get our tight end here and our wing here. And now we've created a really good wall right here. And through different combinations, if we can kick this guy out, we've created a really good running lane right there for our running backs. So our outside veer and our down play really, really work well here. Really work well here. Now what happens is that we get this formation and we create this good running lane. It forces them to shift their D lineman down, which I've already talked about, and now the inside's open. So we're attacking the flank with our options and our keep passes. And we're going to come off tackle with buck down and veer until they shift. Now we can run all of that inside stuff, our guard traps and our counters and things like that. But we've got to set them up for it. So here's 36 veer. And veer coaches would call this outside veer. Our rule is, because nobody's pulling, we can double team a head up lineman. So we're going to double, and as they double, they're going to squeeze the hips like I showed on the offensive line installation DVD. And their eyes are both on this backer, and they're picking us up. And we'll scrape this in. So this is our dive read, and this could be our corner read. As you can see, I'm in a heavy call because I wanted the corner out of there. If I left the X over there, then this would be my dive key, and this would be my pitch key. And this is a really good play. The thing with the backfield, as at the beginning of this video showed, is there's no difference between down and veer as far as the footwork. And we want to attack the line and go. So this is a really good play. We really like this against the 3-3 stack. And then with the down, I drew it both ways. Okay, here's the traditional way that we would run down. However, it also makes a lot of sense where we'll pull our tackle and have him pull and kick and have the guard do that. And we call that. So here's how we call it. We have our 36-0, which means the guard pulls. And we have 36T, which the tackle pulls and kicks. And that's been a real devastating combination and on that. And I'll show you you'll see film of that in a couple minutes. Here it is with the tackle. Okay, so here it is with the tackle. I drew it up right there. And then another good play to get off here is the 26G lead. Again, 26G lead. Because the guard's not pulling, we can get a really good devastating double team here. Seal the stack. But now, instead of optioning this guy, we'll just kick him out with our tailback and get up inside of there and get a really good play. Look at all those blockers. Now, finally, we have them outnumbered. They're trying to outnumber us with this defense, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers to take care of 3. And we can really, again, we're going to keep pounding this tackle, keep pounding it, and getting them to shift to the tight end to stop this. Now let's take you out to the field and watch some game video.
Here's the 36 veer out of Joker. See what Joker is. We're trying to get him to call the strength to the wrong side. Now you watch Cody here. See, he's got a shuffle seat with the X's. That's how far before he pulls it and Ryan decide. I think he would have got a little bit more yards. There's another look at it with Madera High School. And the quarterback could have kept that. You see that, and we're going over there. Here's it from the end zone view. The right tackle misses his block. Otherwise, 25 probably gets some yards too. Here's a look at 35 here. And again, the quarterback could have kept it. His footwork was a lot better. He went to the line of scrimmage. Here's a down against a slanting nose guard, and the right tackle can't help because he's getting the pinching D tackle. As the film comes through here, see the tight end blocks nobody. We should have did a T block on that. Here's our flop. We flop our tight end and kind of play games with anything they're doing with the D-line. The motion man, they snap it too soon. The option guy isn't quite at his landmark. On these down blocks here, you're going to see the tight end, but the helmet placement's wrong. Right there, his helmet placement's wrong, and it allows the guy to shoot through there. Here you're going to see a down out of a different backfield action, so you're not requiring the motion. Quarterback does a good job shuffling his feet, but he makes a bad fake, and the wingback misses his block. Here's our down out of our unbalanced formation. You see we snuck our wingback kind of up there, and our tight end, if he's not blocking out, he could go get that guy, then is making the tackle. Here's our over-pursuing D lineman. which causes the tailback does a really good job. He cuts back. He doesn't quite hit the downhole. It almost looks like belly, and he really reads that well. Here we are in an over-heavy formation with Church Point High School out of Louisiana. Quarterback does a really bad job here. He doesn't shuffle his feet in the line of scrimmage, and he doesn't make a fake. He just watches the game. Tell him to buy a bag of popcorn. He's going to watch the game. Here's as close as I can get to an end zone shot of my buddy out of Louisiana. They're scoring on the down play with that eye-heavy formation. RG lead plays do two things. It sets up double teams at the line of scrimmage, and it sets up crisscross counter as far as the backfield action. Here's the end zone view, and we're going to see the double team. I'm going to freeze it here for a second. We get some good double teams there. And because the quarterback's going towards the halfback, that's the same steps he does on crisscross counter. So this sets up crisscross counter in the backfield, and it keeps our old line coach happy because he can get some double teams in. Here's another look at 26G lead. You're going to see the guard does the kick out, and we get the tailback inserting up into the hole as far as a lead blocker. We isolate, and there's our kick out guy that the left guard is going to get. And then here comes the tailback up through the hole. Here's the G lead going the other way. Another good thing with the G lead, it's really good if you get a 3-3 if you're getting the D tackle slanting towards the tight end. Here's the buck sweep with two tight ends and what we call eye left there, so no motion with the buck sweep. Here's buck sweep left or 26GO. Same thing with the eye left formation, so no motion. We got a tight heavy, so it kind of gets that corner number 6 out of there, and they get it some good yardage there. Here's Moorhaven, Florida, running the buck sweep to the right. It does a really good job. It really opens up. Two linebackers are caught there blitzing. Quarterback needs to do a better job with his fake. Here's buck sweep right. The right tackle gets the D tackle. He's not supposed to. He's got to work down to the nose guard, and the timing was off in the backfield. The halfback needs to kind of be near the quarterback on the snap. Here's the buck sweep coming right at you, again with that eye right, eye left formation. It doesn't require any motion. Same play coming at you, but they moved the tight end on the other side to get the strong safety over there, and then they picked up a lot more yardage. Now we're going to run the waggle pass out of the eye left formation with no motion, and the quarterback does a good job, looks backside, and gets the right wing. Same formation coming out of the other way. I'm calling this eye right. Again, no motion. He does a good job. He's the split in on a choice route. Here's boot to the right. Watch number 5 right here. Totally get faked out because he's got his eyes in the backfield, allowing the left wing to get by him. Wide open for a crossing route. Quarterback does a good job seeing it. Touchdown. I slow motion the backfield action here for you because I really want you to see with the pistol the adjustments. This is a great job with the timing of the first guard, then the tailback, then the backside guard. The tailback goes through second on waggle. Here it is again, and you see that he clears it. On buck sweep, the tailback's the third one through. Here's waggle past the right with no motion. Doesn't seem the wing back in motion. He goes after the snap. Here's the shovel pass. I like running this with nose guards. You see, he kind of shuffles it through there, so it's looking like waggle left, and we really let the outside DND tackle go upfield, and then we shovel that underneath. Here it is from the end zone view. Left tackle does a good job riding him upfield. A little trickery. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint and look at the inside attack game against the 3-3.